Today I got to do a demo day with Kawasaki, and it was quite an interesting one. I did two separate bikes, and two very different bikes. The ZX4rr, so a 400cc inline four, which I will say straight away was great fun, and I think looks awesome. And then afterwards I did a slightly different bike, the Kawasaki ZH2, so a 200 horsepower supercharged liter bike, yeah, it was an interesting experience, and I definitely learned something from it today. So here, the annoying thing is, didn't actually get to record the video of it, which was a bit of a bummer. So I went there. As you can see here, I'm riding along to the event. Got my camera on my chest. We had to wear these green bibs for it. And it wasn't run by the motorbike shop, it was run by a separate company, and so they brought their own bikes and everything. And I put on the little green jersey and asked if I can record this. Like, oh no, we can't, you can't do that, you can't have a camera on you, something to do, something about indemnity insurance policy. Like, I was like, what? Surely, why is somebody having a camera on their chest going to invalidate somebody's insurance policy? Maybe I didn't ask effectively, but maybe it's something to do if somebody crashes, it's because they've been fiddling around with their camera, or if something goes wrong. I don't know, but it was just a weird kind of situation to say no, you're not allowed to film a demo ride. So yeah, that's not. I would say that isn't good publicity going on there. Additionally, the ZX4rr, I did ask if they could adjust the rear suspension. You just need one of these big C-clamp things to twist around it so you can get some preload in the back. Because I'm 110 kilograms and it was on its softest setting possible. And I was like, is there any chance you've got the little tool to just twist this round and we can get some preload in this? And we're like, no. We can't do that because this is how it comes from Kawasaki, so no. So, not the best kind of promotion of a demo day. Not allowed to film it, and not able to get any adjustment. I'm not asking for like detailed adjustment, just like not on the softest settings made for somebody who weighs half my body weight. So that put a bit of a downer on it from the start.
So
but yeah, there's the full selection of bikes.
A Kawasaki something day, demo day today, and there's a bunch of lovely green bikes to test out. That one, the 500, they all look brilliant, I think, and the Z500 as well. My one should be coming back from a ride just now, which is the 4RR, which I'm quite interested to see what it's like. But yeah, one thing I do like about them is that their design language is very similar, so they all look fast as chuff, even just sitting there doing nothing. I do like the shiny brakes and that as well, and the Arrow exhaust. Anyway, we'll see the 4RR when it comes in. Ooh. 10. Another 8.
And that you could do from the ZX10, ZX6, I did the ZX4, there was the Z900, the Z900RS, the 650, the 500 and all that kind of stuff, the H2SE, the ZH2 something SX, I think, as well. Yeah, interesting experience of them all. So what I will say is we also have the performance edition of the 4RR, and I can't say that the exhaust is such a fun bike, but the exhaust on it, paying an extra £1,000 for the performance pack of the Z4rr, I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather just get the basic version. So there, I'm showing you the suspension, the basic version, and just put on a separate can for half the price. afterwards. So, but it is such a fun bike, and keeping it revved at 12,000 RPM isn't actually difficult. It's not. It's not like you don't feel like you're stressing the bike in any sort of way. It's actually in its happy place at 12,000 RPM. So I just loved it, and it was just screaming as you went everywhere. So it and also there was no. I didn't stall it. I was worried it was going to stall with my weight on it. I was worried about pulling away at junctions was going to be a nightmare. But what it was very, very smooth. So all the traffic lights, all the junctions, it was very stable, very easy to ride away from. And there was no jerkiness, no snatchiness, an absolutely brilliant bike. So massive props for the Z4rr. And then the H2 rode that afterwards. That's the naked bike with the supercharger. The chirping of the supercharger was quite cool. Enjoyed that, but it's just ridiculously overpowered. So on the ride, which obviously I can't show you, you're just constantly with the H2 restraining yourself. You're constantly just going, don't pull the throttle a millimeter more. Don't hold it for a quarter second too long, because you will go nuclear speed and kill yourself. So that was something which I really noticed, that with the big powerful bike, you're constantly thinking how to restrain yourself. But with the 4RR, you're just constantly thinking, oh my god, this is so much fun, I'm going to rev the tits off this thing and just go for it. So yeah, 100%. For my second bike, I think I'm going to get the 4RR in the 40-year-old anniversary colors, standard edition, so not the performance pack, and just get a Yoshi exhaust can at the back to make it nice and loud. But certainly, going back to the bobber afterwards, it was just a lovely ride home from that. But I would say so much better than the Rocket. So much better than the Rocket. We'll see. Cheers. Right, see you guys. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. It was just a lovely ride home from that. But I would say the H2 felt, the best way to describe it was, it is a death missile. You could kill yourself in a fraction of a second. The Z4rr is a play toy that is it's like having a pet gerbil that is just running around your house going mental all the time. So much fun, and fast enough as well. Whenever you have 14,000 RPM, you're absolutely getting some good speed on it as well. So yeah, absolutely love the 4RR and the H2, an astonishing bike, but I don't know who has got the riding experience or the control to actually be able to ride that to any sort of its potential, or without endangering their lives every time they pull the throttle. Or I think the biggest thing is there is no way with the H2 to not have 100% max attention to not kill yourself. Because if you stop paying attention for a fraction of a second, you could be suddenly doing 120 miles an hour and be dead. With the Z4rr, you could stop paying attention and you're still doing 30 miles an hour because you haven't hit any of the torque curve yet, which is actually at 13,000 RPM. But if I was doing a long trip as well, the H2 was a far more comfortable bike to ride. The 4RR was a little bit more weight on the wrists at the front and aft, because it was about a 40-50 minute ride that we were doing. So it was a bit more tougher, much more tougher than the ZH2. But in terms of fun, there's 4RR every single time. So much character, so much fun, such a joy to ride. That if you get the opportunity to do a demo day, I wouldn't bother with the H2. Have a go on the 4RR. Play with that. So much fun. Definitely one for the future garage.